One of the fascinating backstories of the Doctrine and Covenants is that surrounding Doctrine and Covenants 67. In a conference held in early November 1831 at the John Johnson home in Hiram, Ohio, a group of the brethren were gathered together to decide to publish the Revelations. Previously, there were no printed copies of Joseph Smith's Revelations. The Book of Mormon had been published, but there were only handwritten copies, and so they decided to publish the Revelations in a book called the Book of Commandments. However, there was a concern. Some of the brethren said, "Joseph, these revelations, they don't sound polished. Maybe you don't sound very educated." In response to these concerns, the Lord gives a revelation to Joseph Smith, where he says, "I see where you're coming from." And he says to them, this is in Doctrine and Covenants 67, verse 5, he says, "Your eyes have been upon my servant Joseph Smith Jr., and his language you have known, and his imperfections you have known, and you have sought in your heart's knowledge that you might express beyond his language. This you also know." I love that the Lord knows the thoughts of our hearts. And then in verse 6 it says, "Now seek ye out of the book of commandments, even the least that is among them, and appoint him that is the most wise among you. Or if there be any among you that shall make one like unto it, then ye are justified in saying that ye do not know that they are true." The Lord challenges them and says, essentially, all right, take the smartest one among you and see if he can write even one revelation that's just as good as the least of the revelations of Joseph Smith. According to some accounts, William McClellan accepts this challenge. Of course, he's not able to write a revelation in the name of the Lord without having the Lord's approval. And the brethren at the conference understand in a way they did not before that these revelations come from the Lord. And then in conclusion, to kind of this thought, the Lord says in verse 9, "Ye know that there is no unrighteousness in them," these revelations, "and that which is righteous cometh down from above, from the Father of lights." He doesn't say that Joseph's efforts had to be perfect. He just said that the revelations were righteous. And the brethren there were able to bear testimony that the revelations of Joseph Smith, as found in what becomes the Doctrine and Covenants, then called the Book of Commandments, were righteous.